Tonight was fabulous, and thanks to you all, really. It's been quite a lot of work for everyone to put this together, and we did finally pull it off, and it's been great fun.
It has. I mean, as Paul Gallagher said, that this happened because we found out about the Dazzle ship, and we asked to put some music in it, and then it's actually Paul Gallagher suggested we get Winston out and use him, so this man got Winston out. And it just kept escalating. Things kept changing and adding, and like I said on stage, every time we said, could we do this? The museum kind of went, well, we've never done it before, but we'll try to do it. And it's been incredible. It's been nerve-wracking. Yesterday I was really nervous on stage. Tonight I wasn't nervous enough. Evidently, I wasn't concentrating enough, obviously. But no, it's been incredible. And I mean, the only downside is that after all the months and months and months of work, it's kind of, we've done it now. I want to do more now.
You haven't done it because we've got a set of questions here that we're going to...
Oh yes, all right, well let's do the questions then.
And they are great questions, and our first question, if you want to hold your hand up if it's you that's picked out, that would be great. Stephanie Letizier.
Oh no, I dread this question. When are we playing in Guernsey?
Her favourite O.M.D moment is meeting long-term friends that I get to see at O.M.D gigs, which makes things even more special. And her question is, how does it feel knowing that there's still such a huge interest in you after all these years? Is it surreal at times?
It is, and it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, when we decided to do this again and got back together in 2007, we really weren't sure if anyone would be interested, to be honest, because we'd stopped O.M.D for the best part of 10 years, hadn't we? And so it's been fantastic to be able to go on tours around the world. We sell out shows. People follow us around. There's people come to every show that we do. I don't know, no idea how they afford it. They somehow managed to do it.
I've been to a lot of gigs, but the fan worship is amazing. It was like the Dawn of the Dead.
We worship them. No, we do. We worship them. That's the way round. No, it has been incredible. I mean, we have got to know people, who do come to a lot of concerts, and it's we like to think that we're not, sort of big-headed, and we listen to people and we talk to people when we can. I mean, I tend to have to take care of my voice, so I have to hide away sometimes. But no, it's been great, and I mean, and for you, Stephanie, meeting people and getting to know people. I mean, for us, we got to know each other all again, and that's why, in some respects, it's been very sad that Malcolm hasn't been with us on this evening.
Yeah, we miss him.
We've got a question about Malcolm later. This one's from Aaron. Is Aaron here? Hello, Aaron. His favourite O.M.D moment.
It's a brilliant time.
Is this weekend is his favourite O.M.D moment, genuinely. Really? And it's a little controversial, this question. It's about Dazzle ship. Mm-hmm. It says, is this weekend the biggest B-side of your careers? I think this is referring to the critics and the people that didn't buy it.
Yeah, good question. It was, I mean, we did Dazzle ships when it was a combination of being confident because everything that we'd done previously just kept getting bigger and bigger. So we've been lulled into this false sense of security. We had this Midas touch that we could do what the hell we felt like doing, and people just bought it. But that coincided with coming off the back of Architecture and Morality and thinking, well, what do we do now? And not wanting to repeat ourselves. The fact that we were trying to change the world, which I know sounds incredibly pretentious now, but we were.
We were young.
I've got a question about that.
Our heads were a bit messed up, so we tried our best to do something really radical that at the time was just a bit too radical. Of course, with the passage of time, people now seem, much more able to accept it than they were. When I was 23, 24, yes, I would have felt like giving people a V-sign. I'm mellowed now. I'm just happy that people are excited to see us play Dazzle ships.
Paul, say it again.
Yeah, I mean, I echo what Andy said, really. I mean, it is, you know, when we released it, we did, you know, we did try to do something, as Andy said, quite radical, because we thought we'd done Architecture Morality, and doing Architecture Morality #2 was a bit redundant. So we thought we'd try something else. And yeah, we did. I mean, commercially, we fell off a cliff, really. I mean, we really did. And we scared ourselves and we scared our label, because, you know, we went from selling millions and millions to like a few 100,000. And Virgin were terrified. And so, and ourselves, which is why, you know, we did a slightly more sort of conservative pop album with Junk Culture afterwards. But yeah, I'm really proud of that record, and it's been fantastic to play things like International and Fournoy and things like that.
That was what was so special about this weekend, to be able to dare to go and do those songs. And think to ourselves, you know what? The people who really tried to get these tickets, they're going to want to hear those songs. So, that was the most comfortable part of the evening, actually, just standing there going, this is going to work. This is really going to work. It was beautiful.
And if we'd had a bit more time, you know, I'd love to have played things like Silent Running and Telegraph and stuff like that, but we just... Telegraph?
What is it about that song? Some people are just bad for it.
Well, it's unusual because tonight we've had some really expansive questions, and there's 2 songs that lots and lots of people have asked about.
Okay.
Would you imagine what they might be? I will tell you.
Go on.
Mark Joliffe, his favourite O.M.D. moment. Mark, you here? Hello, Mark. Is Stanlow Live, and his question is, will you ever play Stanlow Live again?
I'm sure we will, actually. Yeah, I love Stanley. It's one of my favourite tracks that we ever wrote, actually. So I would love to play that again, wouldn't you?
Yeah. No, you know what I'm thinking about? No, my head. Just like in Metroland tonight, my head suddenly skipped to another, out of the groove. We've got a song for the next album that's like Sealand and Stone. We do.
So there is a next album coming up. The other question, sorry, the other song that keeps coming up, I'll reveal it now. It's from somebody called Pauline Milligan. Is it Pauline here? Hello, Pauline.
Hello, Pauline.
Her favourite O.M.D. moment is being in front of stage at Manchester Apollo and being able to smell the leather of Andy McCluskey's boots.
Are you sure it was the leather you were smelling?
That's in the hem of his garment. Question for O.M.D.
Strange woman.
The question for O.M.D. is, does the telephone box used in red frame white light still stand?
It does
Actually, yeah, I've got a new girlfriend and she's from New York and she hasn't been to the Wirral or Liverpool at all, so I've been taking her on the tour, the whole O.M.D. tour, and I was at the...
Come to England, I'll show you a telephone box.
she's already on the plane. No, I took her to the telephone box. It still exists.
Who says romance is dead?
It actually smelled like hell as well. I mean,
My leather shoes.
it's actually quite similar.
Did you think your neighbour was Winston? The question about Winston is, because you know I revere him, is who is he? Is he George, is he Ringo, or is he Pete Best for the band? Who is Winston? Because he's played a big role in your career, hasn't he?
He has. I mean, we couldn't find anyone to play with us to begin with. So Winston really couldn't say no.
I mean, we were fortunate. I mean, without knowing Paul Collister, who owned Winston and had a studio in his garage, we wouldn't have had the idea of actually being a two-piece and using Winston as the other members of the band, really. So it was, you know, in the same way that Eric's had to exist for us to create Orchestral News in the Dark, probably Winston had to exist as well, so essential.
Yeah, absolutely.
Paul Collister was here yesterday. Paul Collister was here, who owns Winston. It was the first time Paul Collister had seen us in over 30 years. That was a surreal moment for him.
There's been some lovely moments like that, hasn't there, going back into your history and your friendships. And Stuart Kershaw is another.
Yeah, Stuart was here yesterday. Yeah. He will be playing drums for us next year.
Brilliant. Okay. One more question, then we're going to go to some rapid fire stuff that we didn't do last night.
Okay.
Don West. Is Don West here? Hello, Don.
Hi, Don.
Don's favourite O.M.D moment is meeting the band in Oxford and getting suspended from school for playing Architecture and Morality on the school radio studio.
Good man, yeah, good man. We're proud of you. Well done.
And his question is, what would you have done if you didn't form O.M.D?
Well, that is a good question. I was a nerd of the band really, so I was into electronics and stuff, so I'd probably be writing software for some company somewhere, or fixing something, or fixing people's tellies. Oh, that doesn't happen anymore. People took their tellies now, don't they? Yeah, I'll be on the dole.
I started out wanting to be an archaeologist, and then I got into art, and I had a place to go and do a fine art degree in Leeds, and I took a year out, I took a gap year, and that was the year that we started O.M.D. And I kept saying I was probably going to go back, and it would only last a year or 2 years or 3 years, and it's lasted 30, how many years now? 36? But pardon?
That's how you finish then.
Well, went back and did that degree, yes. It's, no, I mean, it's, yeah, so I probably, like Paul, I probably would have been an unemployed artist, starving in a garage somewhere, yeah. Making big black painted sculptures that nobody bought.
Well, now we're going to break from the questions from the audience and just going to do some rapid fire stuff. So you're going to get 3 seconds to answer these. And there's no debate, you have to answer it properly. Pressure. Okay. Noi or Kraftwerk?
Oh my God!
It would have to be Kraftwerk.
Paul, as Andy's your
Kraftwerk.
Hey! Stockhausen?
ABBA.
ABBA, yeah, for me too.
Dollar I Love You or Hitler's Underpants?
Dollar I Love You. That was a quick answer, wasn't it?
Genesis or Led Zeppelin?
Led Zeppelin.
Performing live or recording?
Oof.
Live.
Probably live.
Lennon or McCartney?
Lennon.
McCartney.
Big split on this one.
And the last one, Electricity or Romance of the Telescope?
Romance of the Telescope.
Romance is our favourite song of all time.
Back to the questions here. Phil Casey?
Hi, Phil.
Phil's there. Okay, hi Phil. His favourite O.M.D moment is the sound check at Manchester Apollo in 2013, which I'm presuming you let your fans into these things sometimes, don't you?
Yeah, we do. A lot of most sound checks actually.
Brilliant.
We couldn't do it this weekend because we were terrified that it would be so awful they wouldn't want to come back for the Because this whole weekend has been a bit wing and a prayer, you know. Because the museum is open during the day, which is really inconvenient. We've struggled to get in to try things out. So we had an idea of what we were going to do, but we really couldn't get a proper. Like I said last night was the production rehearsal. Tonight was much better. apart from Metro Man.
Phil's question is there anyone you would like to collaborate with?
Ralph Hutter.
Way!
Ralph Hutter.
There's a few people actually. I wouldn't mind. I've got this soft spot for ZZ Top.
They've got a soft spot for us.
Seriously, they're big fans of us. They're big fans of us. You know, all the videos they made in the 80s where they sort of swing backwards and forwards, they stole that from us. No, they did.
Well, particularly
when we did Old Grey Whistle Test, they loved us and they took that. And when I met them back in the 90s in Paris, they were like, oh my God, it's the guy who gave us the dance. So it's true.
They used to play an O.M.D song before they went on stage. I mean, how mad is that?
And we were horrible to them. We thought they were beardy old rockers before it. But I would quite like to have Billy Gibbons play lead guitar on their O.M.D song. Is that sacrilege? It's just radical. It's radical.
It's the machine.
Okay, another question now, and this is Why doesn't Martin produce any of the artwork for O.M.D albums? And it's from Martin Cooper. Simon, make sure he asked that question. Simon's down there.
Because the artwork would take even longer to be delivered than Paul's mixes. Thank you.